Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in a rifle bag to take a look at. This one's coming from CVLIFE and it's their 42-inch model. This bag is designed to hold 2 rifles. It's going to have external storage compartments, lockable zippers, and be very affordable at around the $30 to $35 range. So stick around if you want to learn about it. I'll go over all the features and details. We'll check out the quality of the bag itself and the zippers and the handles, etc. We'll see how all the rifles fit in it, and then I'll give some thoughts on it. So as you can see, this is kind of wrapped up in this plastic with a bunch of tape kind of all around the outside bag here, which means that once I open this up, there's going to be multiple folds in this rifle bag. I don't really care for that, but I'm going to take my time here getting into this so I don't cut the bag itself. Alright, so here is the bag out of that package. I'll give you guys a wide angle shot just to show you that it is 42 inches long. So besides being 42 inches long, the bag is also 9 inches tall at the one end and then 4.3 inches at the other end. The bag itself is made out of nylon. They claim that it's fairly water resistant, but not completely waterproof. But if you had like boxes of ammo and stuff like that inside of these pockets here, and as a light rain, it should protect that. And speaking of the pockets, let's take a quick look at them. This first one here is 13.4 inches across by 4.7 inches high. I don't see any branding on the zippers here, but there are zipper pulls. But let's get this one opened up, kind of see what it looks like in here. There is a shoulder strap. I'll show you that in a bit. This pocket the zipper stops right there, so it kind of zips about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way down on each of them. Here later I'll see what I can fit in these pockets, but they are very, very deep, and I think that we'll be able to put quite a bit of stuff in here and still be able to zip these up. The second pocket is quite a bit longer. It's almost 21 inches long. It's that same like 4+ inches at one end, but this pocket does taper down to probably like 2 or so inches at this end. That pocket is also going to have some Velcro on it for a morale patch. And they do send you this US flag, but you could put any patch you wanted to on there. So when I opened this first pocket, I saw this here and I thought it might have been some type of molly or webbing, but it's actually part of the handles, and it's like the handle itself goes all the way down here and it's stitched the entire way on both of these here. I'll show it to you there too. So again, if you put 2 rifles in here and then ammo and maybe eye protection, hearing protection, whatever it might be, like this bag's gonna get a little bit heavy. And so there's a lot of weight on the handle. So yeah, all the way down on both sides, and I'm sure the back is gonna be the same way. They have this reinforced all the way down to the bottom of the bag. And here is the back side. So you can see those handles do go all the way to the bottom. Try to show you the stitching on that. It looks like it's done really, really well. And then they have stitching going across the handle here too, just to make it a little more secure and kind of hold up a little bit longer. There is a loop at the one end of the bag, so I suppose you could hang this like in your safe, and that is how they are securing the loop to the bag. That looks to be double or maybe even triple stitched along the top there. There are these plastic D-rings. That's what your adjustable shoulder strap is going to go into. I'll get into the main compartment next. Again, this is the one that does have a lockable zipper, so you cannot pull it apart there. The hole for that is not the biggest, so you're probably going to need a small padlock like that, or maybe something like this that has like the cable. Something like this here is too big to fit through that hole. Alright, so here we are on the inside. I know I said earlier that the bag is 42 inches long. I believe you have about 40 inches of actual usable space in here. There's areas here for like your barrel to go down into and your buttstock on the opposite side. This actually has some foam padding through here Here's the divider, and it's actually padded as well. And then we're gonna have the same thing on this side. Again, so you'll be able to put 2 long guns, whether it's shotguns, rifles. So I threw one of my ARs in here just to show you guys what it's gonna look like. So as you can see, we're in the pocket kind of down there. And then this is here, so it kind of prevents the gun from moving around too much in there. All right, I threw a second rifle in here just to kind of show you guys what things are gonna look like. So got this one here, going all the way down to there. This folds down. And I got the second rifle in there. But with both of these rifles in here, everything folds up fine and everything zips up fine. As far as storage in these front pockets, this is a 30 round AR magazine, and it will not fit in here vertically. So you would have to like lay it down in here. There's still quite a bit of room. Like I have it shoved over here right now, so I would still have all this room over here too, but I think you could fit at least 4 of them in this pocket alone. And then the same thing over here, they will easily fit down here. But yeah, in this pocket, I think you could fit at least 4 30 round magazines in here, and then at least 4 boxes of ammo, and that would still close, no problem at all. And like I mentioned earlier, you could use this kind of larger pocket here for some of your range essentials too, like hearing protection, eye protection, whatever. A lot will fit in here. When you have a rifle down in here, and then this is zipped up, there's not a ton of room between the top of your rifle and the bag here. So you could use this pocket here for keeping an optic, whether it be a full scope. This has the mount and everything already on it, or red dots or whatever you could keep in this front pocket. So do you guys use these soft style rifle cases? If so, let me know down in the comments and let me know what you use them for. I actually have several of them, and I use them for when I'm going to the range, is how I transport my rifles. And then I also use them for at home. If I have like my expensive, nice rifles, I will actually keep them in the bag while they're being stored in the safe. That way when I'm putting other rifles and different optics and just stuff, it doesn't get all scratched up and dinged up and stuff. It just protects the gun while it's in the safe. So I obviously just got this CVLIFE bag, so I can't really speak about the longevity or durability of it, but it does seem like they're using pretty decent materials, and it seems like it's pretty well made. I actually like how they have like these little like almost like corner pockets to kind of keep your barrel and buttstock in place. It just kind of helps secure your rifle while it's in the bag. Just overall, I do appreciate the amount of storage. Again, you can do 2 rifles, and then you have these external compartments here, again, for magazines or scopes, ammo, whatever gear you have. I like that they have this padding here. There's padding in the middle and padding back there, again, to protect your rifles. I'm not 100% sure if this is paracord or not, but I do appreciate the fact that they added these zipper pulls to this. It just makes it a whole lot easier to grab this stuff. You know, they didn't have to put that on there. They could have left, you know, just that little metal zipper there for you to grab onto. And I also like the fact that the top zipper is lockable. I understand this is a fabric bag, so anybody with a knife could get into the bag, but it's still nice having a lockable zipper up there. I like that it has the Velcro there, and that they include a morale patch, but again, you could put anything that you want on there. Another pro for this bag is the price. These are on Amazon for around $30 to $35 usually. Similar bags from other companies are in the $55 to $60 range, so you know, they're nearly double the price. So there are a few things that I can see as being potential cons. The first is the thickness of these handles right here. They are very, very thin. And once you load 2 rifles in here and ammo and magazines and stuff like that, this is going to get really heavy on your hand. So I do wish that these were maybe just a little bit wider, or that they had some type of strap that went around them, similar to something like this here. This is so much thicker and it's padded, and this is just for one rifle, but this is definitely way easier to carry than what these ones here are. Another thing I'll mention as far as comfort goes is kind of regarding this shoulder strap here. Like I usually just carry the cases by the handles here, but I literally only have a few steps to go from where I park at the range until where I'm actually at the bench shooting. But if somebody had to walk a long distance across fields or through the woods and stuff, I could see this getting somewhat uncomfortable on your shoulder. You know, if you put two rifles in here and then your gear and stuff, like this could easily be over 20 some pounds, and I could see that getting a little bit uncomfortable. I have shoulder straps with some of my other rifle bags that have like this padded area that's even a little bit like grippy so that it doesn't like slide around, and this would kind of be like a nice addition to their strap. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent bag and definitely worth the price. They usually fluctuate on Amazon between $29.99 and $34.99. And I will leave that link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on the case. If you want to read some of the reviews, I think there's only 3 of them right now, or if you want to pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.